Eastern Visayas is a site of many firsts in the history of the Philippines. It is where the Spaniards first laid foot on Philippine soil and the site of the first recorded Catholic Mass in the country. It is also where some of the first revolts by the Filipinos against the Spaniards took place, and where the first battle in Philippine soil for the Asia-Pacific liberation was won during World War II. Today, the region's capital city, Tacloban continues to make history, being the first to be classified as a highly urbanized city. Steeped in a history that has consequently shaped the fate of the nation, Tacloban is a city where the old and the new worlds meet. With reverence for its past, Tacloban looks towards a bright future as a thriving and vibrant city. Tacloban gets its name from its humble beginnings as a fishing village, where locals once used a contraption called a tacloban, which was used to catch crabs, fish, and shrimps. Once just a simple fisherman's hub, the Tacloban port continues to thrive with traders bringing goods from all over the region. Large cargo vessels and little fishermen boats alike transport their merchandise to the Tacloban market, where one will find a variety of the freshest fares and essential wares all in one place. This port city is situated in the Cancabato Bay in Leyte, along the San Juanico Strait, where one can find the beautifully designed San Juanico Bridge, connecting the neighboring islands of Samar and Leyte. Completed in 1973, this serpentine structure is the longest bridge spanning a body of water in the Philippines, stretching 2.16 kilometers long. The bridge is only 10 minutes from the city center. It can be accessed by both public and private transportation. Crossing the bridge, whether over or under it, is nothing short of breathtaking. With picturesque views of the Samar and Leyte landscapes tapering into the San Juanico Strait. With the construction of the San Juanico Bridge, Tacloban is now accessible from Manila by land. In fact, Tacloban is located near the center point of the Maharlika Highway, which connects the islands of Luzon, Samar, Leyte, and Mindanao. The domestic airport of Tacloban is one of the busiest airports outside of Metro Manila, with daily flights to and from Manila and Cebu. From Manila, Tacloban is a quick 1-hour flight away. With accessibility by land, air, and water, along with its centralized position in the Philippines, Tacloban is certainly the hot spot for government, education, commerce, culture, and tourism in the Eastern Visayas. Much of Tacloban's progress may be attributed to former Mayor Alfredo Bejo T. Romualdez, who initiated efforts in improving the city infrastructures, such as renovating the marketplace, lighting public areas, and establishing peace and order. Keen on running the city like a true businessman, Mayor Bejo also pioneered efforts to computerize and centralize government services. Following in the footsteps of his father, current Mayor Alfred S. Romualdez continues to build a strong and progressive Tacloban city.
Tacloban City is the center of the region. All the regional offices are located here, so it's quite convenient for people, and as the road network even improves throughout the region, our local economy definitely improves. It's the first highly urbanized city in Eastern Visayas. We just became a highly urbanized city last December of 2008. Being that, there's a lot of preparation being made now in our city planning, because we can see the influx of people is growing very fast. We are preparing and we are anticipating really a tremendous growth in population. We also have several universities here, and the hospitals also are here. Financial institutions, the banks are also here. We have a lot of business activity here in the region. We are now in the process of computerizing our city hall, when all transactions that will be made here, like renewing of business licenses, will be fully computerized. And we're hoping to build an investment center wherein businessmen can come here and they will know if they'd like to do or make some investments, they would know what part of the region would be suitable for that kind of investment.
As the regional center, Tacloban houses the seats of local and regional government. Historically, Tacloban temporarily held the seat of the Philippine Commonwealth government as the country was recovering during World War II. Today, the Tacloban City Hall keeps up with the modern demands of a growing city, while the Leyte provincial capital still stands, retaining its grandiose, old-fashioned architecture since its construction in 1924. Also being the center for education, Tacloban is home to some of the top universities in the region, such as the University of the Philippines Visayas and the Eastern Visayas State University. Tacloban can also boast of its National Maritime Polytechnic, which is one of the best maritime training centers in the country. This training center is equipped with state-of-the-art technology and simulation facilities to keep the students up to date with the latest international standards and practices to produce world-class seafarers. Tacloban continues to keep up with the times as new buildings and facilities have been constructed to accommodate the growing needs of this city on the rise. A newly opened bus terminal and market area has been constructed to be the site of the new city center in order to keep up with the growing traffic of people and goods coming in and out of Tacloban. While new malls and shopping centers such as Gaisano and Robinsons have also recently opened in this thriving city. For entertainment, locals can enjoy the happenings at the Tacloban City Convention Center, or Astrodome, which opened just a few years ago to serve as the regional venue for major events and gatherings. This is where locals can get a chance to watch live performances by local and international artists, or enjoy a free outdoor movie screening. Alongside the Astrodome, also facing the scenic Cancabato Bay, is the Balyuan Complex. The name Balyuan, meaning exchange, commemorates in this site the ancient ritual of exchanging the Santo Niño images across the strait between Basay in Samar and Tacloban City. Today, this shore remains a site for tradition and celebration in the Balyuan Amphitheater. It is where Tacloban hosts its yearly Sangyao Festival and its other cultural presentations. Tacloban is moving forward on the right foot as efforts are made not only to improve the city structures, but also the morale and livelihood of its citizens. The locals of Tacloban are primarily a Waray-speaking people, although most, if not all, can converse in Tagalog and English. Like most Filipinos, they are known for their friendliness and hospitality. But what has set them apart is the active role they have taken in making Tacloban flourish. The launching of the I Love Tacloban campaign was initiated to encourage its citizens to embrace the city and make it the best that it can be in their own way. This inspired a community cleanup drive where the citizens took it upon themselves to help keep the city neat and orderly. Tacloban has become one of the cleanest urbanized cities in the country out of the concern and care of its own citizens.
That's why, I was happy with this campaign that we had about I Love Tacloban movement. I mean, I never saw so many people just come out, and help clean the streets. What you see now in Tacloban is because of them. So that's what I like about the city.
Christina's Learn and Earn program is another project that was implemented to empower the citizens of Tacloban to take initiative in building their own home-based careers. The program helps non-working mothers and out-of-school youth to learn some simple skills out of which they could make a living from.
This was birthed from the Christina's Salon and Spa. Early 2007, we came up with the idea of putting up a livelihood program. So we used the trainers in my salon together with the local DepEd of the city, and we came up with a skills training program, the Christina's Learn and Earn livelihood skills training program. We bring the training to the barangay because it's easier for them rather than coming here to our training center. But for the barangays that are far-flung and it would be hard for them to come all the way downtown, we coordinate with the local officials, the barangay capitans. They organize their own training group or class. See these young kids dito, most of them already know how to cut. Nagka-cut na kayo, no? Nag-actual na kayo.
Yes.
So nakakapag-cut na kayo sa mga neighbors nyo, kumikita na kayo. Magkano ang sinisingil nyo? Bawat, ha? How young are you? Yes. 17, oh, meron na siyang extra. Are you in school? Are you in college? Out of school. Out of school, at least they can now, have their career as a cosmetologist.
Opportunities such as these have been instrumental in fostering healthy community involvement and improving local morale, thus building a stronger and more prosperous Tacloban. Apart from developing a healthy economy and community, Tacloban is also in the process of protecting the natural beauty that surrounds it. Currently being developed is the Wildlife Rescue and Conservation Center, which is 200 hectares of protected forest area just 20 minutes from the city in the village of Salvacion. Also under development is an agri-tourism site in New Kawayan, where there are plans to cultivate land into farm-style recreation areas. While Tacloban City catapults itself into a future socio-economic progress, the remnants of its past keep it rooted in its rich history. All throughout the city, one can still see the remains of buildings from days of old. While some have withered with the times, others were maintained in their old-fashioned glory. Among these old buildings is the former home of the notable American businessman, Walter Scott Price, known as the Price Mansion. This was once the headquarters of General Douglas MacArthur during World War II. Today, the Price Mansion is owned by the College Assurance Plan and serves as museum of MacArthur memorabilia. Moments from Philippine history are preserved in the pictures, artifacts, documents, letters, and even furniture that remain in the Price Mansion, which stands intact with most of the original materials preserved for authenticity. Another building that captures the past is the famous Hotel Alejandro. Built in 1932, this residence was once famous for its luncheons and dinner parties, and then as a refuge for displaced families during the war. Still standing today, the hotel has been extended to accommodate more guests, while retaining sense of history. Along the corridors of the hotel, its walls are lined with hundreds of photos portraying an intricate story of the events that unfolded in Leyte during World War II, as a vivid reminder of the lives that had been saved and sacrificed. One will also find the Redoña residence, the official residence of Commonwealth President Sergio Osmeña. The house is one of the officially known historical sites of Tacloban City.